Meat eaters, they'll love it. Vegetarians, obviously.
You serve these with the pita, your meat family friends are gonna feel like they're getting their meat intake. What's going on, everyone? Brothers Green here, and welcome to a new episode of Food Fixers, a show where you send us in your food issues and struggles, and we fix them for you.
We fix them up, and today on Food Fixers, we've got Zoe chiming in from Denver, and she has some vegetarian/vegan problems that she's dealing with. So let's see what's going on.
This is Zoe from Denver. My cooking struggle is that I would like to be a vegetarian or a vegan, but the rest of my family does not. Every time I cook vegetarian, I hear complaints all night. So is it possible to be a vegetarian or vegan in a meat-eating family without cooking 2 dinners every night? Thank you.
It is possible, and first off, I'm sorry your family's complaining that you're cooking. That's rough, but I think my mom can probably relate, you know.
Well, you know, the thing is, I feel like the way we've always cooked, we've never really dealt too much with those issues because, you know, we cook different styles of cuisines that really gear towards meat eating and vegetarian. And that's the key to nailing
food
this
is
problem.
all about inclusion. So this is actually great because, you know, my wife's vegan, your wife, she eats mostly vegetarian food, correct? And we both love vegetarian food. And we found there's really simple ways that you can make a complete meal that people feel like they're just getting delicious food and you can have your vegetarian vibe. So we're gonna show you, we're gonna kind of do like a Middle Eastern sort of shawarma party.
We're doing Middle Eastern, but just in general, pick cuisine. Like, pick a cuisine, I would say that's the first thing. You know, pick Mexican food, Indian food, because it really gives you the options to have a meat element, to have a vegetarian element. If you're just doing like one dish, and it's like, all right, we're cooking roast chicken and mashed potatoes, you're not gonna have much flexibility. So you'll see today, the way we set up this meal, you can easily transform it to vegetarian, you can easily push to meat, you can have both, and everyone's gonna feel included. And this is pretty much, I feel like, the way we always cook.
Can you get me a bowl? Some kind of like a little bowl for mixing.
I put out a few bowls
a mini bowl. I need like a little bowl. Yeah, so as to Mike's point, I find I do this a lot because my wife is vegan. I pretty much make all food that's vegan. She's also gluten-free, so usually gluten-free food. And then I make a side of meat, and I make sure I kind of spice it just like everything else, so the meat goes along, but you keep it separate. So we're kind of doing that today. We're gonna do like a little chicken, sort of like chicken shawarma pita experience, and we're gonna do mushrooms, so I'm gonna make one marinade.
But there's gonna be so many vegetables in this actual dish that I think the meat eaters will love them, and then also the vegetarians, they're gonna be totally happy with just, you know, not eating the chicken and just having a ton of vegetables.
Well, the meat eaters are gonna feel like it's a meat-heavy, like, forward dish. It's like eating a taco. There's only one element of meat in a taco, but everything else is not meat.
Do you need the cutting board, or can I use it?
You can use it.
Because I think what I'm gonna do is, so Josh is basically doing the base of the meat dish and the mushrooms.
So I'm basically gonna make a little bit of a marinade. Just gonna have olive oil, some garlic that I'm shredding, microplaning in there.
Microplanes.
And then I'm gonna add some spices, cumin, paprika, and maybe a little fresh parsley. And then this is just gonna be delicious.
Yeah, and over here, you don't have to worry too much about what's going on. I'm just kind of prepping for a salad. One of the most basic salads that you see in Middle Eastern, sort of Mediterranean cuisine is the cucumber tomato salad. Just cucumbers, tomatoes, parsley, lemon, maybe some red onion. And that's a great option for, you know, just the freshness, both vegetarians and meat eaters.
Oh yeah. So I got some parsley in here, a little bit of salt, and some papier. And also somebody else wrote in, and he was asking about vegetarian meal prep. And this, we kind of actually were inspired by that as well, because I feel like this is great food, it's fresh, it will last well. You make a couple, we're gonna do a yogurt sauce, and we're gonna do a vegan sauce, and we have the salad and the meats, and
you're right.
It'll get you through the week.
This is great stuff. I think there's a lot of different ways to meal prep. I don't really love that word because it's really just cooking that kind of, like, you know, helps you out in the preparatory.
But like, you gotta remember, like us, like, we're home all day, we got our kitchen around us. Some people, they gotta go out to work and they gotta deal with, like,
this is true.
They gotta have the meal prep. But I get you.
But no, meal prep just reminds me of, like, cook 7 chicken breasts, cook a bunch of, you know, potatoes, make a big
Yeah.
salad. Like I don't.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
There's
add some
creative
cumin in
ways.
here. And when you're doing a spice rub, you can go a little bit heavy, you know? Maybe.
Why is that?
Why is that? Why not?
Well,
Oh, because it's
Answer the
because you're
goddamn
trying to
question.
marinate you're trying to get all the spices going into the chicken. So I'm gonna take this now. I'm gonna kind of divide it between 2 bags and just give it a little rub it up dub in the tub.
so just to go over that, you've got spice, olive oil, lemon, or
Yeah,
no?
so I have cumin, I have paprika, no lemon. You told me
Okay.
not to.
Yes, I did tell you.
I have garlic and
The idea,
parsley.
like with not putting too much wet, too much, acidity in there, is that we don't have much time to marinate. So
If you had more time, you could.
if you had more time, you can start to tenderize the meat, tenderize the vegetables a little bit. But you can add lemon later on. It's the post marination. If you don't have
We
a lot of
invented
time,
the post marination.
We-
People don't even fully understand the post marination.
you'll be seeing the post marination later.
Oh, you're gonna post?
No, you're gonna post.
I'm gonna post.
Yeah, you're gonna post.
I posted with the best.
You're gonna post.
All right, so Mike, you're making your little salad.
Yeah. So basically, like I was saying before, really simple salad, and it's just one of the best. You see it all over the Mediterranean. You see it all over the Middle East. It's just cucumbers, tomatoes, a little bit of red onion, some lemon, and some salt.
So we're not really being like, country or cuisine specific.
No.
It's sort of like general.
These things really like breach a lot of the borders, and
There's like a little Greek thrown in there.
a little bit of Greek, exactly. It's that I like that sort of Middle Eastern Mediterranean mix because
Yeah.
those flavors really do mix over. Mediterranean tends to be more fresh, less like spice oriented. Middle Eastern is definitely more heavy in spice. So it's kind of like you choose whatever you want.
So I've got these bags just kind of marinated up here. My Mike's making his salad, and just give him a couple of tosses. I love
Did
marinating
you marinate
in
the
bags.
chicken or no?
I marinate, yeah. That was the whole point. I made one marinade.
I know, I just didn't see it.
Oh, just this guy right here. You see him? You heard about
You're
him?
quick. This guy's hustling
This
today.
is hustling. Mike was mentioning a couple cuisines. I think Thai food is great if you're vegetarian. It's also one thing I love about cooking Thai food is there's so much flavor. So people are just impressed by the flavor. They're not even thinking if there's meat or not.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, this is so good. So look for cuisines.
You gotta go
honestly,
international. I feel like if you wanna make both people happy, the vegetarian and the meat eater, these
Yeah.
international cuisines just really gear towards.
Dude,
that.
I met someone last night who was working on a vegan Caribbean cookbook. She's from Jamaica.
Oh.
I was like, that is dope. So
I love Caribbean food. Something I want to learn more about. But Mexican is also. I mean, you guys have seen Mexican on this channel so many times. Mexican is perfect for this because you can make like a taco and have a ton of different toppings. You can have all the salsas, a slaw, whatever you want, and then you just have a vegetarian filling and a meat filling just like this. So anything when you're like crafting like a flatbread or a taco or something like
Yeah.
that is gonna work
the
great.
crafting is great. People appreciate the craft.
Are you even listening or are you just answering?
And the crafting is fantastic.
What did I just say?
You were saying anything where you craft stuff is
Okay, you
fantastic.
got it.
I appreciate like building a taco. We're kind of doing. Mike mentioned tacos, but like we do tacos a lot, so we felt like a little
Yeah.
pita experience.
Pita experience.
Pita. While Mike's doing that, I'm just gonna take some zucchini and I'm gonna make 2. You mentioned this sort of vegan thing, but you also have vegetarian. So I thought I'd do one vegan sauce and one vegetarian sauce. So one like
Okay.
yogurt based.
Oh, you're doing 2
I'm
sauces.
gonna do 2. Who does
That is aggressive, my friend.
Woo! There's nothing. 2 sauces. We have a video on how to do 10 sauces. 2 sauces is not aggressive.
Well, in this little
in this instance,
in this instance.
got to show we the people. I also don't have much to do. Otherwise, I'd just be hanging out.
Oh,
doing
really?
nothing.
You can help me
That's pretty
anytime
much-
you want.
I'm good, but I got to do something.
John, come on over here real quick. I'm looking for some ingredients, and we found it. This is our table of just like
Like I have a red onion
playing
here.
cards,
Half onion?
walks, and ingredients.
Half onion. Is
Oh,
that-
that's even better.
It's
So I
sitting
don't
here
have
right
to
in front-
peel it.
Sometimes the things you need in life are right in front of your godforsaken eyes.
Oh no, I do have to peel it, but it's. Josh just sliced it
Is
down.
that the biggest garlic clove you've ever seen? I mean, it's not the
that
biggest, but
elephant?
it's gigantic. No, it's part of the regular. Ah! Oh my.
So what goes in this sauce?
So I'm gonna do about a clove of garlic, half clove of giant garlic, but about 1 clove of garlic. And I'm gonna do some zucchini. So this is gonna be a zucchini tahini. And I found that zucchini is a great addition if you want something creamy without doing yogurt. It's kind of this like really dope nasty. Thank you very much. I use
Dope.
Dope nasty. Whoa, man down. I'm gonna do some lemon. Don't let me forget that garlic that flew under the thing.
Forget it for when? Before you leave?
Yeah,
It's a little
because
party
this is my
favor.
place, you know?
Oh, I'm gonna use some of this lemon too. So this, just to dress this, it's really simple. Parsley, lemon, and olive oil. You can add garlic, but there's gonna be so much, like that's the thing.
Lot
You
of
gotta
garlic.
think balance when you're making these dishes. We have so much pungent garlic flavor in a lot of these sauces that this will just be super fresh. And if you know, like if you ever heard of the tabbouleh salad, that would just be this with some bulgur wheat, a little more parsley. So all of these salads are very similar. This is more, I don't know, more Greek.
It's funny because usually like off the bat, the fresh thing in the dish is like what I'm least excited about. When I start eating though, it's like the thing I end up wanting to eat the most of.
That's the key to this salad right here. It's the balancer. It's just gonna be like when you're eating the chicken and all these things, you're gonna want at least one salad.
So I'm just adding some salt and pepper and some tahini. And the tahini is basically just ground up sesame paste. I don't think you expressed that yet, right?
What?
So
Yeah,
tahini, it's kind of like the peanut butter of sesames, essentially, right? So it looks kind of like peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yours looks like. What the heck is going
Yeah,
on?
no, I
Little
just
chunky.
tried to smooth it out as best as
A
I
little
could.
chunky, and this stuff is intense, so a little bit goes a long way.
Where's
Hopefully
that
I don't
salt
use all
action?
Is that enough for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
John, over here, I just have a little bit of salt and olive oil, and then look at what we have here.
What do we have here?
This is the type of stuff, like, you know,
Would you
unless
look
you're
at
like
that?
a real meat and potatoes type of person,
That's beautiful.
most people are gonna enjoy this salad. Vegetarian, meat eater, it's gonna be wonderful.
Would you look at that?
Would you
Would you
look at
that?
that?
Would you look at
A
that?
little shout out
Just
to
look
Ed.
at it.
That's
Would you
nice.
look at that? Just look at
Would
it.
you look at that? Would you look at it? Just look at it. Would you, just look at it.
That's a
Oh
funny.
my
So I'm
God.
gonna add some parsley and then a little bit of water, and basically just I'm gonna blend this up for
there's
smoothness.
This is, I've never seen
Never-
a zucchini sauce.
Neither have I. That's why I'm doing it.
Are you serious?
No,
You
I've
told
made
me-
I made a zucchini sauce, not quite like this before, but
I think you're the only one to make a zucchini sauce. Zucchini's not the type of thing you think about for.
it isn't until you have a garden and you have zucchinis the size of frickin' baby elephants coming out every day, and you gotta do stuff with
Oh,
them.
so I see what's going on.
How do you think?
Ground blender.
Would you look
action.
at that?
Would you look at that?
If I'm making sauces, one of the best things to do is just throw some stuff in a blender, blend it up, and then taste and start saying like, okay, what does it need more of? Does it need, usually it's either citrus or salt.
This is a new segment of the show. It's called Josh from
Blend.
the Ground.
From the ground. Reporting to you live from the floor. Oh yeah. You know what I might add?
Maybe we
Little
should just keep the blender down there.
red wine vinegar, Mike.
Yeah?
Would you look at
Oh,
that?
that's a really nice sort of Mediterranean flavor. That
We
you
have
see a
some though.
lot.
I think I just made up that.
John, go follow him over and see what you can get. I know it's dark over there, but
I got balsamico. Huh. I don't know. Maybe I don't think I have red wine. I got balsamico and I got a little white.
All right.
Balsamic might be a little intense.
yeah, I would
I'm
just
gonna add
do
a little
white.
little splash of.
If you're ever like, if your sauce tastes like just add white vinegar, and it's normally going to amp the flavor a little bit.
gonna add some
Most
salt,
people
too.
don't think about vinegar. Josh was actually the first one to teach me that back. He was the sauce master.
Still am. Unofficial.
He was the sauce master. He's a little washed up now. But I don't know, you can bring it back with the zucchini sauce.
what happened to the sauce master?
You gotta understand, if this zucchini sauce works, then you might be coming
Back
out
in?
of retirement.
Coming in. Let's see here. Mike's gonna put pressure on my sauce all of a sudden. Would you taste of that?
Would you,
Just
would you
taste
take
that.
a taste of that?
Yeah, that's nice. Zucchiniskas, right? A little,
It tastes, yeah, I think kind of in between tahina / tzatziki.
Exactly.
That's what you were going for, right?
Yeah, I just wanted like a nice green sauce because you make this sauce and you have it all week.
That's a good way to. That's a green sauce right there. So John, just come over here real quick. I got to show you something really special.
Would you look at that?
Oh, so before we actually filmed this, what I did was this is one of my favorite techniques. I took some eggplants and I cut some slits in them and stuffed in some raw garlic. And then I wrapped them in tin foil, put them in an oven at 450 degrees, and just roasted them until, you see, these aren't even, it's not even how I want them, to be honest. I don't really have the time to put them back in, but we'll see. We'll see. You want these things cooked to oblivion, basically. Because if you open these, oh, that's pretty good.
Ooh.
That's
the garlic
pretty
trick. I've never
good.
seen that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so what happens is you see these garlic cloves, they roast in there, perfume the whole thing. You get a completely different roasty garlicky flavor. And what I didn't even tell you what we're making, but the goal right now is to make an eggplant salad. And a lot of people have heard of baba ganoush, which is a very popular eggplant dish where you mix tahini and eggplant. But my favorite thing to do is just an eggplant salad, which is basically taking these roasted eggplants and just scooping them out, adding a little tahini, adding some parsley, adding some lemon. Same ingredients of a baba ganoush, but keeping it, they call it a salad,
Rustic.
but it's like a dip.
More like rustico.
Rustico.
And you get rid of the skin, you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop this right out when it just like.
That smells phenomenal.
Yeah, I need a spoon. There we
You
go.
know, eggplant is one of those dishes I feel like it's such an incredible vegetable, and people don't know what to do with it. And this is a great example of something really cool you can make with eggplant.
To be honest, it's rare that I use eggplant in other ways, but one of my favorite techniques is just roasting it like this because it completely transforms. And now I've made a lot of Indian dishes with this, like incredible roasted eggplant Indian dishes. There's so much. I think I could have let this go a little longer. You can see at the top, it's not completely.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
You do what you can. Some people got more time.
Plate it up there. It's so hot right now. That's what's kind of getting me.
Oh.
What are you up to, Josh?
I'm just getting the pan hot in the back. I'm gonna fry up the mushrooms, and what I'm thinking, so one big thing about vegetarian cooking is you wanna make sure you're not contaminating the veggies with the meat. Ooh, careful.
So hot.
Freaking something. Hold for
I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so there you go. You have your flesh. And we're just gonna add a few. You can even chop it up just a little bit. Rustico, remember.
What's cool about rustic things like this is it makes you look more impressive than you are. You know, you bust something like that out, everything is so simple, but when you make a feast like this, people are gonna be impressed.
Yes.
And if your family's complaining, send them my way, we'll have a talk. Sit them down.
The last thing is just a few more ingredients. We have a little bit of this tahini. Usually that would be a little thinner, but we're at the end of our tahini right here.
And real quick, Mike, I'm just gonna pop these in the oven, or the pan to start sauteing
Okay,
them.
cool. And then a little bit of lemon. Rustico means seeds and all. A little bit of parsley. Does it get any more beautiful? Like we've got fresh flavors. I like what we're cooking right now. It's happening.
It's happening.
It doesn't seem like much right now, but it's definitely happening.
Well, what we didn't mention was that we're
So
gonna.
then you're just gonna mix it. That's the ultimate rustic eggplant salad. Perfect. Meat eaters, they'll love
Maybe.
it. Vegetarians, obviously.
And what we didn't mention is that we actually have a lot of side accoutrements to go with this. So we got some olives. I pickled some red onions last night. We got some pita, feta. We're gonna have all these things to make this feast complete. But it's about making fresh elements yourself, and then things you
Josh,
can't make.
I have one.
You know?
I have one question.
What?
Not a question. I've got a comment.
Yeah?
Would you look at that?
Would you look,
Wait, that is a
look at it?
question.
Would you? Is that a question?
Is that a question?
Would you look at it?
It depends.
It's like
on
a
how
statement
you're
question.
Phrasing it. But seriously, would you look at that?
Okay, man.
All incorporated. The creaminess when the eggplant breaks down, mixed with the tahini. Just give it a taste for seasoning. With the roasted garlic.
That looks really beautiful.
Would you look
Even
at
that as a dip, little fresh pita. So I have over here these mushrooms, and what's cool about mushrooms is they're super meaty. So even if you want to do a whole vegetarian dish, you serve these with the pita, your meat family friends are gonna feel like they're getting their meat intake. I'm just gonna kind of let those sit. And people say a lot of stuff about, don't crowding the pan with mushrooms and this and that, but I feel like that's a good amount. Get a little bit of a sear. They're gonna cook down. You could use portobello, but these are like a baby bella. I might add a little more salt.
When are you doing the chicken?
So this is the thing I wanted to mention.
Oh,
So when you're
chicken
cooking,
second.
chicken second. When you're cooking meat and vegetables, you don't want to like the chicken first. Then the whole pan's stuck with all those chicken juices. So I put the mushrooms down, cook them first. They're gonna caramelize a bit. Then I'll add the chicken, and it will kind of mix the flavor. The mushrooms will obviously come out before the chicken goes in there, and you get
Looks great.
your goodness. This is gonna
John,
be really
bring it
nice.
over here. I know that looks, I would look at that all day.
Would you look
for
at
sure.
that?
Well, we've got something to look at over here. So one other thing I prepared before, I roasted those eggplants, but I also roasted these peppers. And I really wanted to get something that just felt really meaty, that a vegetarian wouldn't be sad that they're not eating the chicken, the meat of the dish. So I just put these on the open flame and roasted them till they're charred. And then I put them in a plastic bag so they really sort of break down and soften. And then look at that. Would you look at that? Oh my
Yeah,
my
they just peel
God.
off the bone. The skin
I kind of
peels
want to
off.
do it over the sink.
So typically what you would do is you would put them over the sink, you would kind of wash it out, and then usually you peel the top open, get rid of the seeds, and you're left with roasted red peppers, which if you're going to the market and you're getting a jar of those things, they're not cheap. You're looking
They're
$5,
not,
$6.
you're right. And this can be the star of the vegetarian show. Like that was kind of the idea. We have the mushrooms, but also having this as an option to go in the pita is like, come on, would you look at that?
It just peels right off. You can do this, if you don't have flames, you can do it in the oven. You can totally roast them in the oven.
Don't have flames.
You're not a flame thrower situation in your kitchen.
That's just pure gold right there.
You pop the top out.
And you can even marinate these in just a little post-marination and a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon, just to up the flavor a little bit, add some spice.
You can give them a little rinse. You're gonna rinse them in the sink.
So while I peel these peppers, Josh has one more sauce.
A little yogurt sauce. So this one's gonna be a little more simple without the blend. I mean, they're both super simple, but this one's gonna involve no blendation.
So that's yogurt?
This is Greek yogurt. Certified in the flesh. So interesting fact about Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is a lot more expensive than regular yogurt. But the reality is all Greek yogurt is yogurt that's been strained. So if you can't afford it, buy regular whole milk only yogurt and just strain it over a cheesecloth and the water will seep out and you'll be left with this thick yogurt experience.
Which is great for this because you're gonna be adding things like lemon juice, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Which is gonna water it down a little bit.
So I'm gonna
So
salt,
the thick yogurt's important.
pepper, lemon juice, a little parsley, a little mint. Keep it really simple. You could add like some red wine vinegar. It's funny we didn't have
Cucumber is that would be like a tzatziki. That's very popular in this, but we're out
Mike,
of
but we're out. Mike used all the cucumber.
Well, I mean, my
okay.
cucumber salad, would you look at that?
Would you look? I'm gonna grate some garlic over there.
Look how nice this is just peeling right off.
And when you're grating garlic, you actually don't even need to peel it, which is pretty cool. The peel stays on one side, and it goes right through.
I feel like this whole meal is feeling very rustico.
Rustico,
Like
yeah.
I'm looking at these, they've got a little
You're
black
looking at 'em.
pieces on them. They're nice and just.
That's a part of it. I'm gonna grate zucchini in just for fun. Why not? Usually it would be like cucumber, but zucchini is kind of like cucumber's more meaty cousin.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
A little something like
Makes a
that.
little-
Give
little
that a
bit of
mix.
sense.
It's gonna look beautiful. And
Yeah.
again, sauces are great.
So now we have 2 zucchini sauces.
Well, this is a very
We went from
different
0
sauce.
zucchini sauces ever
Two
in the history of man.
I can
to
go with
2 in one.
I could do
dish.
3. Apparently, zucchini butter is a thing.
Look at those.
Would you look
Would
at
you
those?
look
Would
at
you
those?
look at those things?
So I'm gonna wash my hands and then I'm gonna I think I'm gonna chop those up. What do you think? Should I just keep them raw dog, maybe a little salt?
Yeah, a little salt. I think.
Because
but just-
again, we have so much flavor happening in this entire meal that it's nice to just taste the incredible flavor of roasted red peppers. Would you look?
Would you look?
Holy.
And speaking of the rustic thing, I'm just gonna throw in some mint and some parsley. Just very rustico.
Oh my God.
And you can give this a taste, but this is gonna be amazing to dip into. This is gonna be great, just like on your chicken.
All right, I'm gonna do
look
two
good.
things. We're gonna do just
the
a
olive
little bit
oil.
of olive oil, just to coat it, a little bit of salt, and then a little bit of pepper. Wow. Now, come on, you're vegetarian-friendly people right there. See, that's what you need to do for a meal like this. When you want to make vegetarians and meat eaters happy, I just made something similar where, you know, you put that on a pita and the vegetarians are happy, and you put a little bit of this and chicken on a pita, and you know, the meat eaters are maybe a little more happy, but I think
Everybody's happy.
everyone gets out of there in good shape.
Okay, so real quick, wow, yogurt sauce, phenomenal. Parsley, mint, lemon, salt, pepper, and a little zucchini and garlic. Boom, done.
So
All
I
right.
think what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish cooking the mushrooms. They look incredible. They look meaty.
Throw the chicken. Oh, these are gonna be fantastico.
We're gonna take those out. We're gonna take those out, and then we're gonna cook the chicken, and then we're gonna come back for a little bit of Middle Eastern Mediterranean feast.
Feastation.
Plating feast.
Let's do it. Done.
Chicken done, mushrooms done, and you'll see we've added a few things, but that's part of the part of the
pickled
Middle
red onions,
Eastern
super simple.
Mediterranean.
Just a little sugar, salt, and pickling
Josh
juice.
made these last night before we left the studio.
Throw red onions. I also have a little bit of a little hack. You could say.
Oh, I just spit in the food.
Great.
That's not the hack.
The hack is that I took just like a hummus, whatever you like to buy, and I put it in here. This is just to make it look a little fancier.
I was actually pretty impressed.
Smoothed it, look at this. Smoothed it over, added some olive oil, some cracked pepper, and some parsley, and it looks like it's a homemade
But
thing.
does it taste? Is the Sabra taste?
Yeah, taste is 50% visual, you know? So it's gonna be like, oh, that's good stuff.
Tastes like Sabra.
So
but
we've got this pita right here, and you can use, you know, this is like more of a flatbread. You could use a pita, whole wheat, regular.
Yeah.
I just kind of heated them up in a dry pan for a few minutes, and then we're gonna build.
Oh, and we also have a little bit of
Feta.
feta. We just, you know, bought some olives, and just something to remember when it comes to, like, you know, we actually made that in a half hour or something like
quick.
that. But it's very easy to buy any of these elements. So maybe if you make the chicken, you make the peppers, you make the mushrooms, you can supplement. You buy some baba ganoush, buy some feta, buy some, you know, tzatziki or
A little
something.
bit of this, a little bit of that. So why don't you cut that chicken up? We're gonna do one vegetarian and one meat. And at this point, you can make a platter. Like you could just have a plate with a pita and all kinds of stuff. But I think I'm gonna make a little bit of a sandwich because.
Wow, this chicken looks Would you
What?
look
Would
at
you look at
that? Look at this, John. Come on. The fried, crispy chicken skin. First of all, never, if you're gonna make chicken like this, just go with the chicken thigh.
And
Because,
how could this not make a whole?
because that.
Yeah, because of that.
Well, first of all,
I mean, how could this not make a whole family happy, whether you're vegetarian, vegan, or you eat meat? You have the options, and you're gonna feel fan-freaking-tastic.
and we were discussing, you can start plating that.
I'll do chicken, you do mushroom, right?
You're not even gonna base that.
What do you mean base that?
Base that.
Base it with a
You
little...
gotta base that with something.
Base it, I'll double base it.
Base it with some eggplant salad. Don't just load on all the sauces, because then they're gonna get.
What you act like you know me now?
I know you.
I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna base it. Mike requires
Yeah.
a base. I'll double base it. A little bit of a base, right? That goes in.
And you know, you also can eat this just on a plate too. You don't need, this is one of those things that works great as a salad, as, you know, sort of assorted on a plate.
Assorted. I'm gonna do a little bit of feta. You wanna make a mushroom one just to
Okay.
show what that might look like?
Oh, I guess I have my way of doing it. You have your way of doing it. This eggplant salad makes a great base right here.
I mean, Mike, come on, right off the bat, I haven't even double based
Wow.
it yet. But a little bit of
Oh,
this.
the double base.
The green. Oh, that's
First of all, where are you getting these imaginary utensils to?
they're called my hands. As if you are like vegetarian, you know, you might not want to use meat hands with veggie hands, but you know, look at that. Have you seen that? Have you heard about that?
Wow. So what about the salad? Is that?
The salad's like a side thing.
Okay.
Salad is like put it on the side, double it, little olives in there.
Did you do? All right. Wow.
It's gonna be good. I haven't had something like this in quite a while.
Hold on. Definitely pickled onion.
Pickled onion. The change of color from the pickled onion experience.
I'm gonna go with the green goddess.
Okay, amazing.
I don't
You
even
naming
want
my
that. I don't
sauces
want
now?
the hummus on this. I'm gonna skip out on that. And then I'm gonna pull a big curveball salad.
I don't think so.
Although this is not the type of utensil for that.
You are one.
Obviously, you could do this without the pita. You could serve the pita on the side.
Don't need
We
chicken.
made sandwiches because they're fun. Would you take a taste of that? Fun for the whole family. That is the key to this right now.
One thing we didn't have was hot sauce. You could definitely add hot sauce, but we don't
The
even need
only
it.
thing that makes this meal switch from vegetarian to meat is one thing of chicken. We have the same marinade for the mushrooms and the chicken. Doesn't even take that much more to cook it. So again, look at that. The family's gonna be happy. I think, Zoe, I think you're gonna be in
Yeah,
good
Zoe, if
shape.
they're not, listen, I live in Denver now, so we'll figure something out, all right? Thank you for submitting. If you guys want to be featured on the show, send in a 1-minute clip to brothersgreentreats@gmail.com. We'll have info below. Anyone that gets picked, little Amazon gift card experience, and you get
Wow.
to get food fixed. So
See you next
We will
episode of
see
Food
you.
Fixers.
this is delicious.